Good morning. Welcome to our historical weapons program for this Monday morning. We are working our way through the Tai Chi Saber set, and we're into a really interesting section right now where we've taken the sword out of our dominant hand, we've put it back into our non-dominant hand resting in the arm, and we're working on some shoot the tiger and pommel striking work that comes into the set at this point. Okay, let's get ourselves settled in and warmed up a little bit. So let's let the head rise and fall. And we're looking from side to side. And you can go ear to one shoulder and hang. And to the other. Again on the first side. And the second, we'll do some half circles in the front. The head roll. And then keeping the jaw closed, we'll take the chin up and around one way. And the other. Okay, shoulders can come forward and up. And then back and down. Again. And one more time. Then we'll reverse up, back, and around and down. And one more time. Into the arms, we'll cross the arms, rise up, out to the sides and down. And one more time. And then we can reverse, we'll head around and down. Good. Let the arms go loose, just kind of wrapping around the body a little. And let's cradle that arm, get that shoulder warmed up before we take the weight of the weapon in hand. Same on the other side. And over the head and pull. And same on the other side. And then behind the back and pull. And same on the other side. Good. Shaking out the arms. And let's circle our wrists around one way. And around the other. One more time. First way. And the second. Good. Pressing in on the knuckles, pulling on the wrist. Same on the other side. Fingers into the palm and pull. And same on the other side. Good. Let's introduce you to a bit of a warm-up for grip and forearms. So this is from the Eagle Claw system. So we're going to go reach, grab, and pull. So it's going to be a warm-up for the hands and the arms today. We're going to go grab, 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 grab. So you're grabbing, tugging. 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. A couple more. 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Okay. Hips can roll around one way. And around the other. One more time, the first way. And the second. Good. Okay, let's shake out those legs. Let's grab up our swords. And let's work on our warm-up cuts. So remembering when we're cutting, we're trying to get a little bit of a wrap on that finger. We want the edge and the knuckles lined up so that we're cutting at the same angle with the edge of the sword as the angle of the cut itself. Let's start with our downwards diagonals. So We're going to go across and back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So we're going to shift over. We're going to put the sword in the non-dominant side because we're trying to strengthen both sides of the body. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. We're going to go back to the dominant hand, and now we're going to work on our rising diagonals. Now, a lot of people do end up doing what I call sweeping the floor, kind of swinging their sword back and forth in front of them. But remember, we're trying to make a large X. So like you're drawing an X with your blade. So rising. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We'll move over to the non-dominant side. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. So we've got our downwards diagonals, our rising diagonals. Now let's go to our horizontals. So we're cutting across, we're going to turn over the blade, and you can kind of push and support as you come back. And these can be at different levels. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's switch that over to our non-dominant arm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so we've got diagonals, rising and falling. We've got horizontals. We can change the heights. Let's go to some verticals. So the first vertical we're going to do is on the same side as the sword. So we're cutting down, we're rolling back, rising up, and pulling down again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's go to our non-dominant side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now let's go back to the dominant arm, but we're going to shift this over so it's on the other side of the body. So now we're going to be circulating and coming back to the same side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll take that to the non-dominant arm. Same thing. We're crossing over to the other side of the body. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. So that covers all our main directions: downwards diagonals, rising diagonals, horizontals, and those verticals. Okay, let's continue into working on our wrists. So some wrist strength work we've been doing is to try to hold the sword out in the front, and we're rolling the sword around our forearm and wrist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then we're going to roll it the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We'll change hands and downwards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Getting that forearm strength. 5, 6, 7. Try to make the wrist your rotation point. 8, 9, 10. Underneath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Oh, we're getting that warmth all through the arms. Let's shift up to coming across and chopping down. So we're seeing this a few times in the set now coming up. We're either going to cross over and come in from the sword side, or we're going to come around the back and come in off the opposite side. So let's go to our sword side to start. So we're going to go reach and chop, reach and chop. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We'll switch that to the non-dominant side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. So let's take this the opposite way now. So first, remember, we're talking about our roof blocks. First, we were blocking and creating that kind of roof on one side. Now we're going to kind of block and create that on the other side as we come over, and we'll do a downwards diagonal cut. So we're going to go cut, come around, cut, come around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and last one, 10. Same on the other side. 1. Oops, other way, I gotta go. Gotta get my other side here. 1, 2. I don't do this very often. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, let's let that go. Got our arms warmed up. We've gone through a bunch of cuts. Let's do things a little differently today. Let's go through the set to where we have finished off a couple times, and then we're going to review and focus on details of our Shoot the Tiger section again today. So we're starting off here with the feet close together. We've got our reaching out to the sides and dropping down in the front, and we step out. So we're turning, rising up with the sword, rolling back. We got that leverage. We're kind of pulling back so the blade comes up. We've got our stomp. Then we're dropping the pommel, We're putting the weight in the left foot and we're stepping up into a pong position. So we're sort of stacking. Here we're going to let that right hand brush as we step back. We're going to again circulate the sword with the left till we're parallel to the ground, and right hand comes up over the head. We're then going to let that right hand come in. We've got that sort of sandwich moment where we're transferring. We're going to be coming around and under so that we've got that left hand in at our wrist. We're going to lift up the left leg, and then as we step forward with the left, we're going to cut low horizontal. We've got our fingertips facing in and the sword facing in and low. Then we get our deflection, our stir the pot, and we thrust with the sword parallel to the ground. We're then cutting or deflecting before stepping 45 and doing a braced low wall. Here we let that wall drop down quite low as we step back with the right, and then we pick the sword up high and we come up into crane with the left leg. Then we're going to step out and press that high wall. We're going to roll back, bring the sword over the head. We're going to lift up with the right leg to crane. Then we're going to step, lift up the left leg as we chop down. We're then going to come underneath. We're going to do a rising diagonal. 1. We're going to roll back. We're going to step on a 45, do a rising diagonal left leg forward and reinforced with our right hand. We drop the sword down as we pull in the left leg, and then we press back out like a single whip position. Now, sword goes over the head. I'm turning in with my left. I turn out with my right foot, and my left hand comes in to cover. I'm going to thrust to the 45 while picking up into crane. So I've got my thumb inside my arm here, and then I step out to single whip. Here we're going to roll back. We're going to deflect. Here's that over the shoulder deflection, the hook stance work we were working on last week, and palm strike. Now we lift up the left leg, brush, and chop. Before we roll back and get our low wall and press that out. Good. So from here, how did I get again? I get talking, I get lost. I'm so sorry about that. Sometimes trying to translate words and keep actions going do not come together. Give me 1 second. I got to catch up where I am. Good. So we're coming back. We're coming underneath. We're rolling back and pressing out. Nope. I'm going to start us all again because somehow I've got my head all wrapped around it wrong. And now it's going to be recorded and everybody's going to know. Oh, the embarrassment. Okay. Less talk, more figuring it out. Give me 1 second here. Okay, let's start us up again. My apologies. Sometimes my brain and my mouth and my legs and my arms get myself scrambled. So, out and settle and step. Draw in, stomp, and out. So we're stepping through with our low cut, deflect, brush, thrust, press out. I'm going to work on a different section for you guys. I don't know what's up. My brain is not doing good for me today, and my apologies about that. I'm going to get that set back together for you in just a moment, but I got to get my brain settled, and I'm second guessing every move I'm doing. So let's focus on that last sequence, because I do know I can help you with that, and then I'll come back to working on the form. So we had our section where we had done our 3 turns where we had the chop down, the press out, the deflect, thrust, draw in, press out, and then we turn, chop, and out, deflect. And let's go into our last one. So we're going to go brush, and this is the one where we had that sliding up and turning over and thrusting down. So we went up. Then we were doing a low wall with the back of the sword. We were bumping out with pung in a hook stance. We were coming around and into our cat position. Here's where we got that thrust. We drove in and we were rising that thrust up towards the throat. So we're driving underneath. We're then switching hands. So we're going to let that sword travel into our left hand and rest before we kick and pound with the palm. And this is where we got our shoot the tiger. So we're rolling back, turning in and down, coming through in and down, and then high punch with the sword, low punch with the hand. We're going to make that turn again. So we're going to drop, turn in. We're going to lift up high. We're going to settle and punch low and high. So that was our ending section that we were working on. And so what we want to be able to do here is we want to get comfortable with this circuit. 1, 2. 1, 2. Down, down. And then we're talking about how we were circulating those out and around. So if we're working on the sword a little bit, we're going to go in and punch out, or in and punch low. So we're thinking about using the handle to do the striking with, around and low, around and high. Now at the same time, we're trying to get the hands to do the opposite. So as we kind of come in by the hip, the open hand, if the sword's going high, the open hand is going to go low. If the sword is going low, the open hand is going to go high. So we're splitting those levels depending on where the sword is. Now in the sequence, our first one is sword high, hand low. And our second one, sword low, hand high. So let's try that sequence again. So we'll go from our rising thrust. So we're rising up underneath to thrust. And then we're going to go kick and palm. So what's happening with our footwork? As we roll back into the left, we're letting the sword drop and we're letting the right hand rise. As we turn in and weight the right leg, the right hand comes down. As we roll back, left hand comes up, left foot comes in. And then as we step out with that left leg, we hit high and we hit low. Then we're going to rock back. As we turn now, we're going to turn in with an inside turn. As we weight the right leg, we're doing a right hand back fist. As we turn in and settle our weight into the left, we're going to raise the sword up over the head. And then we're going to settle in. As we step out this time with the right leg, we're going to hit low with the sword and high with the hand. Let's try that section a couple more times. It's a lot to figure out. So I'm going to go up from underneath. There's that rising thrust. I let that travel all the way over till I pick it up in my left hand, where I'm going to do a kick with shin. And then I'm going to step out with a palm strike. And I've kind of got the hands balanced here. So as I go to turn, left hand is dropping. Right hand comes up as I turn in. As I settle into the right leg, right arm's coming down, left hand's coming up, and left foot comes in. Before I step out with that left lead, punch high with the sword, punch low with the hand. Now I'm going to rock back, turn in. So as I turn in, I'm doing a back fist. As I settle back, I'm raising the sword up high. Then I step down and I do a low shot with the sword and a high fist with the hand. So I'm coming in high and low. Let's do that one more time in this direction. So up from underneath and kick and palm. Turn in, right hand goes high and settles. Draw in, left hand comes through. Step out, high punch sword, low punch hand. Roll back, sword is dropping down to the side as I do my back fist. And now we've got this nice poised moment where we're going to raise the sword up high. Right hand is on the hip and we're up into crane. Then we're going to step down, low with the sword, high with the hand. Let me do that a couple times facing the other way. So I'm coming up from underneath and we go kick and palm. We're then turning in, one pull down, two pulls down, three we step out, punch high with the sword, low with the hand. We turn, back fist. The sword is going up as the hand is coming down. We've got this poised moment up high in the crane before we step through. Then we're going to end up rolling back and kicking again, but we'll get to that in a moment. Okay, so thrust up underneath and kick with shin and pound with the palm heel. Inside turn, sword is dropping, arm is rising. Right hand down with the elbow, weight changes, left hand comes up. Stepping through, punch high and low. So sword high, hand low. Turn, back fist lift, and settle. And low punch, high punch. Good. Last time on this one. So up from underneath. Kick and palm. Turn in, elbow down with the right. Draw in the left, elbow down with the left. Step out left, punch high and low. Turn, rise, settle, and high and low. Nice. So let's get ourselves and see if I can pull my brain together and get this set out for you today and not have my brain go blank on me. So we're going 1 and 2, stepping out. Stomp and step to pung. Roll back, brush, lift, step, and cut low, deflect, and thrust mid-height. Roll back, cut under, low wall, roll back, 1, 2, and 3. Up from underneath, 1 and 2. Cut from underneath, diagonal step in, roll back, step through, lead leg is left, reinforced, settle, and turn, and thrust, step and palm. roll back, palm strike, brush and chop, deflect, and press. Here comes our threes. 1, step through palm. 2, roll back, deflect with the wall, stepping through. This time that left hand goes high. Horizontal cut and bump. Turn, chop, and palm. Deflect. Step up, brush the left and thrust. Horizontal cut and bump. Last time we turn, chop, and palm. One more time, deflect, stir the pot, but this time we brush and reach out because remember we're coming up. We've got that turned over high thrust up into crane. We're then going to deflect and bump, come over and press out the cutting palm. Now here's what we just worked on. Thrust up from underneath, kick down, kick with shin and step with palm. Turn in, pull down, draw in, pull down. Step out, high punch with the sword, low punch with the hand. Turning back fist, lifting up into that nice high crane position. Then punch low with the sword, high with the hand. Phew, my brain came back. It's always the way it is with Kung Fu sets. Sometimes it can disappear in a second. All right, my apologies on that, but we got ourselves through, and next week we're going to look at kick with shin, and we're going to start to look at how to create a spinning, turning pattern where we're going to do a spinning horizontal cut. We're going to add that in next week. All right, thanks for training hard today. I'm going. And if you have any questions, stick around or text or email me. I'll bring something into the next class for you. Talk to you very soon.